Yo, what's good, fam? Happy Monday. It's the beginning of the week. It's September 19th, and yeah, I just want to go live and make some music with y'all because here's the truth. Like, everybody's been dipping out during the summer, right? September hits, and like, I don't know what people like think, like that they're gonna build some sort of music career and also go on like 7 vacations like during the summer. Like, it's just insane. So I've just been locked in the studio. I've been writing and producing every day, and I wanted to jump in live and just kind of work with you guys. So if you guys have any questions as I'm going, drop them in the comments. I'm here to answer any questions y'all got. If you don't know, Radium Records and like what this is and why the hell did you get an email and all that shit, it's like, first of all, I probably gave you something for free in exchange for your email. That's more than likely. That's why you got an email. Second of all, this is my YouTube channel, Radium Records. I've been building it for well over 5 years. Haven't even broke 10,000 subscribers, so you should definitely subscribe if you're into music, engineering, mixing, mastering, production, all that good stuff. Music business. Been in the music business for about 15 years now. I've been in music for almost 30 years, and yeah, it's good to see y'all. I love connecting with people. I've worked on Grammy nominated, Oscar nominated, Academy Award nominated, platinum records, films, Lego Movie, 22 Jump Street, Thor Ragnarok, G-Eazy Records, Tegan and Sarah, The Lonely Island, Gautier. I've been in the studio with these people. Yeah, now I'm just like, doing my thing, building Radium Records into an actual record label. So a lot of it is publishing. A lot of it is sync licensing. It's making records. That's what I do. Okay. So, and I do this because I love teaching and I love connecting with people. So if you're here, say what's up and share the show and be nice and ask questions if you got any questions. But I'm working on a few records. I mean, I'm always working on way more than I can actually do. But let's get into some stuff. I typically produce in Logic Pro and I mix and master in Pro Tools. But sometimes when I'm working on like sync records and stuff, I'll just do everything in Logic Pro. So I don't move from DAW to DAW sort of thing, right? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I do with this. Here's a record that's pretty far along. I'm actually almost done with this record. I have a few things that I need to do on it, but I'll kind of take you through it. I'll take you through some stuff in Logic Pro. This one's more for sync. I might also be dropping this as a record like under Bradley Deniston, under my Spotify. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, now you know. I make records. I release my own records as well. I've worked with Sony, Masterworks, Sony ATV Publishing, Universal Music Group, UMG, Warner Brothers. I've signed deals with all of these companies. These are the big 3. If you guys don't know that stuff, Warner Chappell. A lot of movie stuff. Worked on a ton of movies. A lot of TV. Tons of TV shows. And it's always music. I don't do anything else, okay? So this is my artist profile if you want to check out some artist stuff. I scored an anime, did some music for an anime, actually all the music for an anime called Cannon Busters on Netflix. And that was pretty fun. So that's like one of the tracks on here, Showdown. And then my records are in here as well. They're all just kind of mixed in. So check that out. Bradley Deniston on Spotify. Simple. And yeah, this is Red Lights. I'll play you guys a little bit of it. See if it'll play live. I mean, I have to like super up the buffer. Yeah, because Ecamm's like pretty shit with this.
You left the party, I was go. Caught a glimpse of your flooded eyes. I know exactly where you go. Break you down inside. Walk out like nothing's wrong.
Okay, hold up. There's going to be like crazy shit going on because I'm probably like oversampling like crazy on the standard clip. So typically on the output, sometimes you use standard clip or like soft clippers. This is on soft clip. What I'm doing is like 9% soft clip because this is kind of punk rock. It feels a little punk rock. I want it to be modern and edgy. I'm oversampling it 16 times. and then trying to stream live with you guys with 4K. Yeah, not a smart idea. Also, Dyne13 is super heavy. I use this on the master bus all the time. But the crossover filters on master Q is like insane. Like so insanely heavy. So I have to take this to low Q. And give me 1 second here, guys. I gotta grab something. Yo, Scott Ross is in the house. Ray Souls. Bobby Huff. What's up, guys? Give me 1 second. I'm just grabbing something. All right, shit, I had to get some water, man. I had to get a big ass water. Trying to go live and get watered up. You gotta stay hydrated when you're working on records, man. Gotta keep those ears fresh. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll play this for you. Let's see if we can get it to play. Okay, master bus. Let me just kind of show you what I got going on here. Weiss compressor limiter, BX Digital V3, do mid-side mode, EQing. For any of you guys out there that are like nerding out on the engineering shit, I'm going to show you guys all this stuff. Vertigo VSM3 mid-side mode. This gives some depth, distortion, harmonics, all that good stuff. Again, Oxford inflator pushes some stuff forward. Gullfoss cleans some stuff up. This is the master version of Gullfoss. It's awesome. I love it. I just did a plugin of the week on Ozone 10. It now has like a Gullfoss style thing built in, which is really dope. DMG Audio Limitless, probably my favorite limiter of all time because it also has multi-band EQ. Yeah, there's like a peak limiter in here, transient stuff. It's amazing. It's just fucking rad. Soothe 2, everybody loves Soothe, right? I'm going to actually take this to one time and like kind of dumb it down a little bit for y'all. That's just cleaning up some harshness and stuff. Ozone 9 doing just a little bit of EQ, dips, rides, things like that. Dynamic EQing and a little maximizing. So you guys see I kind of maximize and limit in stages. And then this is actually really, really dope. I love this plugin. See, I did like kind of a smiley face curve with it. That's because I'm using it in parallel mode. So parallel mode is like parallel compression on the master bus. But then I'm like blending in certain frequencies and compressing using multiband compression. So as you could see, if I turn the settings, you have like the lo-fi band, low mid frequency band, mid frequencies, high mids, and then high frequencies. And these are all like individually compressed at different ratios, thresholds, and then blended in with makeup gain and stuff. So super dope. Love it. It's probably one of my favorites as well. And then standard clip. Standard clip is just giving it some soft clip at the end. All right, let's see if we could get this to play without crackling and destroying everything. You hold up. Sometimes when I'm streaming with like a ton of plugins, I have to like switch back and forth from sample rates. It's really, really weird. This is like brand new M1 maxed out shit computer, and like everybody thinks like the computer is like, oh, that's what you need. You just need a new computer. Pfft, bro, get the fuck out of here. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. It's never the computer. It's always the plugin, the software not working with the computer, needing an update, some driver bullshit. It's always something like that. So here I probably just have like some conflict with my Ecamm Live streaming software and Logic Pro. Because I'm on that super hyped up computer game. Doesn't mean shit. A stable system is better than a super powerful system. I promise you that. I'm just gonna keep just like talking, you guys, because unless y'all got questions, I'm gonna try and get this thing rolling. But this one's hard because I was gonna work on a record, but I was gonna show you this one first because it's kind of further along. But it's stacked up. Like I'm at like the finish line with it. You know what I mean? Which means there's a ton of plugins on it. There's a ton of processing. And And then trying to stream that live and play it over the live is like super hard. The computer's like, oh, it's having a panic attack. It's fucking freaking out. So what are you guys up to today? Are you guys working? You working on records? You working on music? You working at the job? What do you got going on? This is my job. I got to go live with you guys and just kind of work on shit with you a little bit more often. All right, let's try this again. Red lights. Klopfgeist. Hey guys, if you have any questions about Logic or production or mixing, mastering, whatever, like just drop them in the comments. Like I'll try and answer that shit. I'm gonna try to help you guys out. Unless you guys are like, I'm just like talking to a bunch of, you know, like diamond producers in here or some shit. Then you guys gotta help me out. Give me some game. Klopfgeist. Oh, and then I got this new plugin this company sent me, like Vegas Audio or something, called Drum Slot. I just installed it. I'm going to play with that a little bit too on this live. It's going to be fun. If Red Lights opens, I could play it for you. This is going to be a dope record though. I'm excited to drop it. Probably release it pretty soon here. Let me see here. Make sure it kept all my shit. Yeah. All right, dope. All right, now we're going to go to 1,000 samples. See what we can do here. We'll be working in the studio around 7. Nice. Yeah, you got some time. Where are you at? The East Coast or the West Coast? Central? Where you at? Bro, I got game for you, dude. Don't worry. If you got any questions, Rage, drop them in here, man. Like, anything. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm actually a certified master pro in Logic Pro. I bet you didn't know that you could get that certification. But it's pretty crazy. Like, you know, certified master pro. If you go to Logic Pro certification, it's crazy. Like you can literally, like I got my like degree in sound, but then I also got like a Logic Pro Master Pro certificate. Like option like $2,000 for that shit. Man, I'm a Master Pro, dude. What you got? All right, I'm gonna play this for you now. See if it works.
You left the party hours ago. Caught a glimpse of your flooded eyes. I know exactly where you go. When they break you down inside, walk out like nothing's wrong. Cause we know you're so headstrong. But this party is lame, I can't stay here without you. So lame. Red lights, red lights, red lights. You run right through these red
So yeah, that kind of played. I don't know if you guys were hearing all the crackles, but my shit was fucking going crazy. Oh man. All right. West Coast for a week. Nice, man. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome to the West Coast. I'm born and raised on the West Coast, man. Been living here my whole life. Pretty much. What is the Gullfoss doing? It is a dynamic, intelligent, look-ahead EQ with infinite bands of dynamic EQing. So it's dynamically adding and subtracting frequencies. Meaning if there's too much of certain frequencies that are peaking, it will tame it down. And if there's not enough of a certain frequency, it will bring that in, depending on how much you use the tame and recover. I've done a plugin of the week on this. You should check it out because I'm not going to sit here and explain everything about Gullfoss. But yeah, it's basically just a unlimited band multi, dynamic EQ. That's all it is. So it's like Soothe, basically. Just you can dial in the amount. So by using the tame, you're saying, I want to tame any peaks that are hitting. And by using recover, I want to bring in any information that's lacking in the mix. And then this boost gives it more of a smiley face curve, which dips out some more of like the mid-range area, low mids, which makes it just sound more like a record. If I turn it on and off, I'll show you kind of what it's doing. So yeah, it just kind of like brings clarity, separation, right, to the track. Gullfoss, really dope. Ozone 10, they just introduced the stabilizer, which is basically Gullfoss. It's exactly what it is. And it's funny because I bet Gullfoss is pissed. I bet they're like, God damn it. Isotope decided they're going to do this. So the Ozone 10 stabilizer, what this is basically Gullfoss. But the reason I think this is really dope and what Ozone 10 did with this that I think is actually cooler is there's a dial in amount, right? So you can dial in the percentage of the lows, mids, and highs, which I think is really dope. So speed is going to be obviously like the speed at which it, suppresses and gains, right? So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm actually going to bypass the Gullfoss just so you can see that this is basically the same thing. So you have a speed, you have a smooth. So smooth is adjusting the contour of the tonal characters. Basically the Q, the quality, right? It's basically saying, do you want like a smoother line or do you want like a tighter line, right? Speed is how fast it does it. And then there's a tame transients, which I don't really like because I think transients are life and I usually mix that way. If my transients aren't in my mix, then there's no fucking way I'm going to try and get it out of my master. But here, I'll show you what this looks like. Same thing. So yeah, that's a really dope plugin. I think this is worth the price of admission alone. If you're going from Ozone 9 to Ozone 10, it's like $150 or something to upgrade. This plugin alone is worth it. Like I don't even want to get into it because I think that they are pumping out value and I think their plugins are really, really good. But as you can see, I barely use Isotope because I'm not trying to make an Isotope Ozone master. Like I'm trying to put my signature stank on shit, and that's everything I do. That's the analog synths that I use. That's the pedals I use. That's the monitoring I use. I got the Amphion 218s. I've actually taken the Amphions and I matched them up with custom amps instead of like using the actual Amphion amps because I didn't like them, and they just give me more weight and they're a lot more expensive, but they're worth it, And everything I do in my production, my mixing, and my recording and all that shit, it's all for my sound, you know what I'm saying? So that's very important to me. I don't want to sound like everybody else. That's basically what it is. And I also want to be able to like tweak and use everything for certain, you know, tonal characteristics. I mean, like any engineer, right? That's you singing, yeah, of course, dude. It's my shit. It's my song. Is this your voice? Yeah, this is my vocals, production, mixing, playing, everything. Nothing on here is something that I didn't do. These are all my vocal stacks, every single one of them. And every single thing recorded in here. Yeah, I even did like this synth that I recorded, kind of like a vocal. I stacked this up pretty good. I'll let you hear these kind of individual. So yeah, it's just like combination of my voice, tweaking my voice. The vocal synth is like Metatune. I love Metatune because it's like, it works. Auto-tune right now just doesn't work with M1. It's just shit. It crashes my shit all the time. Pro Q3, just like straight up doing telephone shit on it. CLA 3A, smooth compression, 1176, a little more compression. 2A, more compression. RC20, love this shit. I usually use it for like distortion, the mid-range. And then this wobble as well, like I use it just a little flutter, and then the magnetic like dropout. I want to sound like a synth, you know, like I want my voice to sound like a synth. And a little more Pro Q3, taming more and shit. De-esser, I don't know if I'm even using the de-esser, I don't need that. This is just like a chain I probably duplicated and then tweaked. And then the little altar boy, which is like doing a lot. Drive, format shifting up, quantize, eosis, again, don't need that. That's just a de-esser. I don't need any sort of de-essing on this. And then the R-verb, which I love. I love the R-verb, just inserted. Hogarth vocal verb I'll start with, and then I'll just tweak. But that's an awesome vocal verb. Always cool. And then that's like just my vocal, just me singing and humming. So once I did that, I was like, yo, that's dope. I'm going to stack that up. And then I added this chorus melody synth. I don't remember what synth I used for this, but I panned that right and my vocal left. You know, and then I just started stacking it up with the Moog, the matriarch here. I just sampled this. Played it in with different patches and just tweak shit so it had like different layers and textures. And then the chords in here is from the Prince synth, which is really dope. Love that synth. I'm actually like using it more and more. And that is like really, really dope. Love this. This Frank Dukes plugin, Cradle Audio. So this is a really fun one. It's basically his whole collection of analog synths. Sampled and then like put into a plugin, and then you can blend the two different samples. And then I did like some EQ and some harmonics. So that's just like simple shit, you know, like filtering out things I don't want, making room for vocals, harmonic distortion. I love this plugin, Softtube, amazing. Just showing you all this stuff. I don't know if you guys want to see this or not, but you know, nobody's asking questions, so I figured I'd go through some shit. But yeah, a lot of layers and production and kicks, like layering that. These are all bounced down. Like if I unhide my tracks, I have, you know, samples, and then like I'll manipulate the samples and then I'll bounce them to audio. It's just a process, you feel me? Vocal chain, let's go through that because vocal chains are fun, right? You guys like vocal chains? Everybody likes a good vocal chain. Let's see if we can actually take off the standard clip and just see if we can get less crackling, because that shit's driving me crazy. And then I'm going to show you another record that I'm working on right now, because I'm going to actually work on it. I actually have to do work, not just show you guys what I'm doing with my sessions. I actually have to get shit done, you know? So I got to get these things out, you know? I got to get them to people that can run the records. God damn it. See, it just keeps crashing my shit. Yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions. You guys should ask questions if you're here, because I don't do lives every day, you know? I don't do them like even once a week. Not like this. What is he saying here? What do we got? Bobby Huff. What is determining how much of each frequency is correct? AI? Not AI. It's just like look ahead. I mean, you could say AI, but it's not really AI. It's just like hearing peaks it's detecting peaks, and it's detecting nulls, and it's boosting and recovering. You know what I mean? Doesn't have a whole lot to do with AI. I know all these plugins like to talk about AI, like this is AI. It's like, bro, it's machine learning. Like what they do is they feed the plugins a bunch of different records and EQ curves from records that producers, engineers have made over time, and they have all these different curves down, and then they plot them. And then when you go like 30% on the boost, it's going to try and match the curves that are in the machine learning. So you could say AI, but that's just not true. Even when like Isotope says AI, it's not AI, it's machine learning. They fed AI a bunch of stuff, which is machine learning. It's not like it's like learning as it goes while it's working with you. You get what I'm saying? Like AI is artificial intelligence, which means that you would have the ability to have these plugins learn your process and your music. That's not what it's doing. It's already been fed a bunch of stuff, and it learns that stuff. And then it gives and spits out certain curves. That's all it is. So when they say AI with plugins, they're fucking lying, man. They may have used AI to create the machine learning and feed these things and then develop the plugin. But I think it's just a marketing jargon term, to be honest. So sorry to go off on the AI thing, but yeah, that's how it works. In Ozone 10 and everything. Doesn't matter. Need to sing harmonies on my new song? Bro, I would love to do that kind of shit, man. Like sing on everybody's records, but I just honestly, at this point in my career, it's like, dude, I have to make so much time to sing on stuff. So yeah, I'll do it. We just got to figure out something. Maybe you give me some points or something, you know, on the master. Ray Souls in the house. Let me see here. That was great. Thanks. Hey, Kevin Whitaker in the house. What's up? Oh, he says Game Changer record. Love you, dude. Appreciate that. Ask for behind the song video and mixing punk rock in Pro Tools would be any new videos. I would ask for behind the song video and mixing funk rock mix in Pro Tools would be any. Sorry, that's a really confusing question. But yeah, you should definitely get into the master classes because they're fucking awesome. And I go super heavy in that shit. So I go into detail with my whole process with everything. Okay, so let's get into vocal chains here. Let's play this beginning.
You left the party hours ago. Glimpse of your You left the party hours ago.
All right, I can't continue showing you guys this shit with all these crackles. But basically, I use the Slate mic in my booth on this one. C800's awesome. You got to be really careful. It gets really sibilant. And then Custom Opto, very light. Metatune, very light on this. 23 speed. I'm only doing 80%. It's just catching little, you know, nuances. EQ, very, very... yeah, just like getting rid of some stuff that's like kind of boomy. I wanted it to be modern. I want it to be in your face. So 1.4, like 1500 area, that's always going to be like the girth, the upfrontness of the vocal. Harmonics, blending this in. I love this modern distortion. It's really great. Super dope. 1176, always on the vocals. Pro DS, one of my favorite DSers of all time. And then a little more cleanup on the EQ, sibilant stuff. and then Valhalla Vintage Verb at a very small amount. This is in a chamber. I like pre-delay on my vocals, and I don't like the decay to be very long if I'm going fast, right? Like this 172 BPM. Also, this is sending to the effects rack. The effects rack here has a vocal space rack. So I'm just doing like some Echo Boy, and this just looks like a 30 and a 60. So it's basically like some slap delay, but it probably helps the record cut a little bit more. Basically what it's doing. Okay. I'm going to open up something different because I don't want to keep dealing with the crackles and shit. A new one I'm working on, which I really like. I think this is a cool vibe too. Ears, baby. It's all about ears. Ears, my dears. Yeah. I love Logic Pro for producing, but I just don't like it for audio. I hate it for audio. Like, it's shitty for audio. I don't know why they haven't updated it where the audio is good. Like, I can mix in it, I can edit all that shit, but like the waveform views and like the editing and tuning and like offline processing it's just shit, man. They need to get that shit figured out, like heavy. All right, let's see. This is a new one. I'll show this one to you guys. I kind of been teasing it a little bit in some content. It's called Reflections. I'm going for more of like a spacey, dreamy kind of vibe with this one. I want to feed my sync reps, you know, get them some shit that you can put in some TV shows, movies, things like that. Definitely not a commercial song. I mean, I guess it could be, but I'll show this to you once this loads up. I'm using a little bit, the mastering chain on this is a little different, but that's because it's not as far along. And then I always do this. I always take notes in the right column, like in the project here. Like I'll put like intro needs 1 bar transition, chorus tease, needs more stacks, maybe guitar, chords, pedals. You know, I got all sorts of notes for this because this is like super not done. And I just have like scratch vocals on parts of this, like where I haven't even finished the writing. So kind of fun to show this shit to you guys anyway. See, this is another thing, man, like streaming with Logic Pro, bro. Like, what the hell? You know what I think? It's probably the Ecamm driver, because you have to go out the Ecamm driver for you guys to hear it. If I just went out the universal audio, it'd be like perfect, but I can't do that because then you guys won't even hear it. Fuck me. Let me see here, dude. What do you got? Sorry, it's inside the mixing punk rock. It's only 5 modules in playlist. No, that's not right. Nope. That's not correct. So, send me an email, dude. Because if you're not logging into the portal, you're not gonna see all of it. You have to log into the portal. Okay, let me go to system preferences. Try this out. I really like this one. I'm gonna definitely release this one, just so y'all know. All right, I'm going to relaunch Logic, see if that works. Logic's losing his shit. Oh, this is really fun, like trying to live stream with you guys while my shit just crashes over and over. Get it together, baby. Yeah, masterclasses are dope. I'm there. Yeah, you should definitely, like, if you guys want to learn this shit, just watch my masterclasses. Like, spend like 20 minutes a day on them. You'll fucking learn this shit really, really quick. The problem is most people don't want to actually know where they're at. Like, most people do like the song creation challenge I do, and they get to like day 3 and they drop out because it starts getting hard and they realize like, oh shit, I'm not that good at this. I don't want to know that I'm not that good at this, so they just quit. That's usually how it works. Dude, everybody has issues. I know exactly what this is, though. This is just streaming, dude. Like, if I get off the stream, it works fine. It's not Logic. It's not. It's Ecamm Live streaming. It's Logic using the Ecamm driver. Ecamm and Logic don't get along. Like, on at least on the new M1. It worked fine on my Intel Mac. Never had an issue. So, it's another thing about these fucking new computers. Someone's got their head up their ass. So yeah, this one's I'd say about 60% there. There's a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, I guess that's like, you know, how every record starts, right? So I'll just kind of go through some of the sounds with you. I like this this synth so much, man. Like, these chords are dope. The Prince, just use this guy on Pick Up the Phone. Just like a super basic chord progression. Real floaty. And then that actually has a turnaround and everything on the actual verses and the chorus. And then, yeah, the bass is all just programmed for now, but it will actually, like, I'll have a player play it, or I'll play it. But I thought it was dope. It's just contact bass. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just drop them in the comments. But the vocal chain on this so far, just for tracking, like this is not my final vocal chain. It's just something to give me a vibe, is Metatune. I typically track through a little bit of tune, especially for something like this, just because like modern wavy kind of vibe. I'm also using the doubler on here, and the doubler is pretty cool. Like I fuck with it. Sometimes it's a little too digital, but for this song, it works really great. And then I have the EV2 SSL. On the SSL, I'm just doing some like compression, light compression. I'm driving the mic just a little bit. And then it looks like I'm doing, 2 dB of like 13. Like I just want a lot of like top sizzle kind of stuff. And I got to be careful with that. It's like very whispery, very falsetto with the vocal. Obviously, like it's something that you guys may not have heard from me before, the whole falsetto thing, but I love that shit. I always like to push a song up into where I can, it's only my reflection, like go into that top of the head. Love that shit. Like it's one of my favorite things ever. And then I just boost in a little body, 130. Typically when I go into falsetto, like I always find that it gets too thin. Now, just so you guys know, this is one vocal. Like this will get stacked up. I'll have doubles. I'll have different stacks of that. I'll then have like harmonies. Like this is very unfinished. It's like I said, like 60% there. I still got a lot of production to do on this. And then has a little compression, just C1, doing some comp. Echo Boy, like slap delay. This really gives me a vibe. I also like using the Eventide H3000, but the Echo Boy just has a little slap delay on it. That's all it is. Valhalla Vintage Verb. Yeah, very, very straightforward. Nothing crazy there. And then, yeah, that's it for the vocal, like straight up. And then here's the same thing exactly on the verses, on these parts.
She stays in my everyday, and there's not a lot that we could say that could ease the pressure. And you don't want Mr. Minimum Wage. Bring him home to Papa, what would he say? That's your college going away. Guess it eases the pressure. It's only my reflection. I'm caught in my obsession.
Yeah, so, like I said, like there's a lot of stuff to do on this still. And, like I'll definitely play guitars on this. That's, I think guitars on the chorus and then come in on verse 2. That's going to be my vibe on this. And a lot more vocal production. The writing's not even done, right? Like I'm just like humming shit on verse 2. Doesn't make any sense at all. So it's just kind of part of the process. I really liked these though. Like I did like this like kind of vocal ooh stack, which was cool. And then I have a bass player I work with quite a bit out of Brazil. He's super dope. He'll probably do like octave bass on this. Like I think it'd be super dope to have an octavator kind of bass. Definitely guitars, rhythm guitar stuff on different parts. Really big like open strums on shit. Yeah, all that good stuff. And then what band is this? This is my band. This is me. I don't know Zuh. I'll check them out. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Link to the YouTube playlist. Oh yeah, YouTube playlist. That's not right, bro. So send me an email. Again, dude. Like, just send me an email. Like, sorry. Like the stream. Like customer service on the stream. It's like kind of a buzzkill, bro. info@radium-media.com. I'll take care of you. Okay. Just not like live on the stream right now. I love you, but like, come on, man. All right, so let's go. Like this is also Elka X synth. I just wanted to fuck with it. I just picked it up, so I just put it on a bunch of parts here. Actually, let me see. Yeah, it's like little parts. Like here on the bridge, I thought it was really cool. I got this super dope bass sound out of it. Here, I tweaked the hell out of this shit though. I'm not even sure if that'll be in vocal. That might be a synth. That might be a guitar part, right? This. Like, I just think that's a really cool idea for the outro. Just this vibe here. I just like threw a bunch of verb on it. So there's a really cool plugin that I love to use to kind of tuck things back. It's the Eventide. Like, instead of using Valhalla Vintage Verb, I could use this Eventide reverb, which I fuck with Eventide really heavy. There's also H3000 Factory. I might throw this plugin on here, but this would be more, I think, as a send. Like, I'll show you what I'd do here. So just to give this a different vibe. So like, let's just make a bus here and let's call this like vocal width, or H3000 is good too, because that's easy. Okay, so if I go in here and open up the H3000, there's a really cool preset in here that I love using. I mean, there's a lot of great presets in here, but the micro pitch shift, this is awesome. It's just like a left-right kind of pitch shift doubler kind of vibe. So you have like the left up 9%, this is down 9%. And this is really cool. I really think this is dope. I'm going to bypass the Valhalla and I'm going to send it to that vintage, this H3000, and it'll kind of widen it out. And it also kind of gives it like this kind of retro, you know, spacey kind of vibe. So it's like, that's super scratch vocal, right? It was just to get an idea down. I do that shit all the time. And then, you know, I might dial in like a really cool chain for that and, you know, make it something really fun. And then I might recut it and re-sing it. And maybe I have like, maybe I have a lyric for it. Maybe it's just like humming and like a a melody, like a counter melody to, you know, the main chorus sort of vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'll completely remove the main chorus on that part and make it an outro, like almost like a bridge over outro. You can also, like, a lot of the times, like, I'll take vocal parts and I'll move them to see if they work in different spots. Like maybe it works on the bridge, you know what I mean? Let's check it out. So yeah, I do that shit all the time. Like I'll just kind of move things around and be like, yo, does that sound cool there? You know? It might be that that's a synth, right? So a lot of the times, you know, you can break that out into MIDI, right? So for example, if I duplicate this, I can go like this and unmute this. And then let's do this. Let's go, okay. Let's capture this into Melodyne with the metatune. Like I go after the metatune, right? Like, do that shit all the time. Like there's no rules to this shit, you know? So you got a Melodyne and I'm going to capture the actual melody into Melodyne. And then I can break it out into MIDI. You know, I can do whatever I want with it. I could play it on a synth. I mean, I could probably just do it by ear. You know, I've been making music for a fucking long time. I don't need to actually like, you know, do this MIDI thing. But I'm going to show you guys this just so you guys can kind of, you know, see how that's done. So let's like transfer that in. Okay, so now I have this all broken out. It's saying B minor, which I think, I'm not really sure if that's right or not. But yeah, I have F sharp minor, but yeah, B minor could work fine. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to pop in F sharp minor just so that I know that it's right. Okay, so F sharp minor. And then just take these guys and just completely lock them in. So go pitch center. You can snap to chord scale. Make sure that it's F sharp minor. And then just like no pitch drift, like 100% flatten everything, right? And now I have this, you know, right? Very, very basic. And then I can bounce that out as MIDI. So for example, if I go into Melodyne, I believe there's like a export MIDI or something here. Yeah, save as MIDI. And then we'll just call this like reflections counter melody. And pop it on the desktop just for ease of access. Bam. And then what we can do is kind of just grab, let's see. Yeah, I think maybe let's go like, let's duplicate this Prince lead. And then we'll find like a cool like sound for this. Typically I'll pop in the MIDI first though. Let me just do that. Let's go to the desktop. Where is my desktop? There it is. All right, and then I go to the counter melody, drag it in. No, don't import the tempo. Locked in, and now I have the actual MIDI here, right? And then I might just like, you know, do that, and then let's find a cool lead sound. All right, and then let's mute the other vocal. Let's just check it out. love that. I just love when it just takes a big poo-poo on me. Let me see here. Let's see if we could just tweak this guy. But yeah, like this is a great way to make counter melodies. I mean, I play my voice. I play guitar. I play keyboard. I play whatever. Like whatever. I try to like mix it up, because if I'm just writing melodies on a keyboard all the time, I think I start to write the same thing over and over. It's the same thing, like if you're a guitar player, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You put the guitar on your lap and you just like do the same shit all the time. The shit that you know. You go to the scales, you know. You go to the keys, you know, etc. So like your voice, just like like just humming and shit, you might come up with something that you would never come up with by, you know, playing on a keyboard. It's why I also have like machine drum pads and shit, because I started, when I first started making beats, it was on an MPC, right? It was an MPC, what was it, 2000, and then I got the 2000 XL, and then I got the 4000, you know? So, and 1000, like I messed with all those MPCs. So like even that, like, you know, hitting pads and stuff kind of gives you a different perspective. You play differently. So I'm going to just try this. I'm going to try this Prince lead here. So yeah, really fun, like, counter melody, like, like throw it out into outer space. Sound design, man, like that's modern records. Modern music's all sound design. There's nothing new under the sun, man. Like y'all, the chord progressions are all the same, Like you don't need anything new. You just need new sounds, new vibes. Mix retro with super modern, and you know, you got something. I feel like, I don't know. And I'm actually gonna double up that melody. This is also a counter melody. Like, I feel like everything's a hook. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything can be a hook. Like, every part of every song can be something catchy. It doesn't always have to be in like the vocals. I'm just gonna call this like lead synth stack 2 because I don't fucking know. But let's go like put this down here. But yeah, everything's a hook, man. All right, let's see what this sounds like together. Yeah, so, I just kind of keep going through, but I still got writing to do on this. I basically want to finish the writing before I really go deep into production, but a lot of things I want to do are guitar-based, I think, at this point. Guitar-based and layering synths and layering drums. Like, the drums, they're still not quite there. Bass line as well, like, the bass line needs to change, Kick drum I feel like is too much on these actual verses, and I think I started messing with this, meaning like if I listen to just the kick and the bass together, I feel like it's just like it's a little much on these on just the verse. Like when you come out of the chorus, it needs to kind of like ease up and like chill back a little bit more. You feel me? Yo, what's up? What's up? Brian Olson in the house. Drew Knight. What's up, my guy? It's good to see y'all. Thanks, Marcel. Appreciate that. Yo. Thank you, Brian. Love that. Trying to break out of the usual never-ending battle as a guitar player. Yep. Every day. Yeah, always try to write new melodies, chords on different instruments, man. It's always going to kind of push you out of your comfort zone, give you something new to do. Nice, yeah. Yeah, that's dope. I mean, the beach, like, just some high-ass shit, you know what I mean? But the song is really about, it's pretty deep, like, the meaning of the song and, like, what I'm writing about. But, yeah, it'd be fun to make it, like, there's definitely going to be a beach shot. That'd be sick. Thanks, fam. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate you, man. But, yeah, I'm going to go, like, into basically, like, taking this drum pattern and, like, stripping it down. Because it's too much when it hits the verses. I want it to change. So yeah, so what I mean by that is just basically the kick drum pattern needs to kind of like chill out a little bit. So I'll take these guys and I'll just copy them over. Go like that. And like when this comes back around, I think that should probably do that. And just get rid of the in-betweens here. But yeah, like groove is all about silence, right? Like that's where the pocket and the groove comes from to me. Okay, that's not working. So yeah, just like go in here and I'll basically strip back all the kick drums that I think are too much, you know? Like on here, I kind of cut out some because the actual groove like on the chorus is, that's fine. Like it's kind of more driving. When you drop into the verse, it's got to change, you know what I'm saying? Like this has to be much more laid back, you know, especially considering like the vocals, what they're doing. You know, it's just got to really relax. So for that, like I'll basically go through and just like mute different kick drums. Like in here, I'll put these kicks together because I layered them up. And I can see this is the kick that I layered in. Like it's like a sample that I layered on top of the loop here. Like I'll just take out a lot of the syncopation. So there's like little pickup notes that I really don't need. Like here, just cut it out. All right. And then like in here, this is too much. Just kind of chop these things out. Like just see, like that just feels better. It feels like it's like pushing and pulling. Like the groove gets better. Obviously, like I also got to lock it into the bass. So always bring the bass down when you're editing drum stuff, you know, like so you can see like where things are landing and where you have air and room, and then where you don't have air and room. Like it doesn't always have to be hitting on a damn bass hit. You know what I'm saying? Like People do that shit too much. It's like starts to get robotic. So I just want to feel like the pulse of this shit.
She stays in Miami. She stays in Miami-Dade, and there's not a lot. She stays in Miami-Dade. She stays in Miami-Dade, and there's not a lot that we could say that we could say that could ease. And there's not a lot that we could say that could ease the pressure. Not a lot that we could say that could ease the pressure. I got a place in the bay. She stays in Miami-Dade, and there's not a lot that we could say that could ease the pressure. I got a place in the bay, and you don't want Mr. Minimum Wage. Bring him home to Papa, what would he say? That's your call. Come home to Papa, what would he say? That's your call. That's your call. He say, Papa, what would he say? That's what would he say? Home to Papa, what would he say? Bring him home to Papa, what would? Would he say? That's your college going away. Guess it eases the pressure. It's only my reflection. I'm caught in my obsession. Missing. It's only my reflection. I'm caught in my obsession. You're holding my reflection. It's all I'm missing. All after me now. Go down, he's missing down. Go down, he's Mr. Wonderful. What's up? Just a mile. Go down, he's Mr. Wonderful. What's up? Just a mile.
This is the chopped and screwed version, man. Yo, appreciate you guys. Yeah, you guys have any questions? I'm just kind of like going and working until my computer starts shitting on me. But yeah, you know, it's kind of part of the process. I just vibe out and try to figure out the pocket. This is like so groove dependent that I think it'll be really, really like next level once the actual bass player plays on it. Like it's gonna be like, oh fuck, that's gonna inspire me like crazy. Plus my bassist, he's gonna lose his shit over this because it's like so up his lane. He played on Stolen Love, like he's just super funky, and he's a really great bass player. But yeah, and other things like chorus, right? Like chorus needs something else. It needs more depth. It could be oohs, it could be ahs, it could be guitar strum sort of stuff. I mean, shit, I might even like try this ooh, like this shit on here. I might try that out on the chorus, right? Hold up. I like it slowed down like that. I might even like mess around with maybe at the end it just like goes you know, like a really slowed down vibe at the end. That'd be sick. But yeah, anyway, it's like it's all layers. It's like depth, layers. It's not always just adding more melody and counter melody. For me, it's like really finding the pockets and finding the groove, and then like finding all the layers and the depth to the vocals, to the melodies. Like what melodies really need to just like be thrown in the trash. You know what I'm saying? And what things are like really popping out about the record, right? Like, what do you guys think? What really stands out about the record to you guys? Like, just curious because I'm working on it, right? Like I said, I'm like 60% there. But I just always wonder, like, what do other people? Oh, I think this stands out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, groove has some serious depth. I appreciate that, and that's a lot of it has to do with the way I swung all the drums. You know, like just swing the hell out of things and make sure they all lock in as well. Like that's important as hell. Like don't just like 100% quantize everything. You're not gonna have groove that way. This is really, really important to understand groove.
It's only my reflection.
Like try and accentuate that that melody shift, right? Oh, she know, like fuck, man, that might be really cool with like some horns behind it, and maybe not horns, maybe like Juno horns or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna give this some gas here. Just like go to a Juno. Let's get some Juno. Do you know what I mean? And we'll go to like the Juno brass because this is kind of like the. We just need some like brass like stabs or something, right? I think it needs like a splashy kind of slappy delay sort of vibe. Let me see here. Dope, dope, dope. Getting there. Close. Cool. This is going to be really like quite impossible to play while I'm live. But I think this part really needs this. This is just like way too pretty. It's like not, it's not like slopped out enough. I think maybe if we yeah, we're gonna slop it up a little bit. And noise can go down. Let's see here. Definitely need that. Ooh, maybe we try. Maybe we try an up and down ARP on here and literally see if these guys will work here. Just like needs a little more movement here. Oh man, it was getting there, but then I just like, nah, that's not gonna be cool. Just going fucking psycho. I'm not into it. Yeah, but you know, you gotta try shit, right? I think the tone's getting there though, which is cool. I just want this noise off, maybe. It's something, but I just think it needs like a little bit of a lick or something. Cool, yeah. So I gotta basically write the lyrics and fill out all the vocal parts. I would just spend a lot of time producing the vocals on this, and then I'll go in and I'll start chiseling away at the synths and stuff. But that's exactly why I always cut temp vocals before I start adding more synth layers and shit, because you could easily just overdo it. All of a sudden everything's synths, there's no space for the vocals, and then you just have like this really distracting song. I don't want it to be distracting. I want it to be about the groove. I want it to be about the story. I want it to be about the feeling of the space that it's making, right? So it's easy to get carried away with like, oh, I'm gonna add this and then a counter melody and then an arp and then this lead, and then it's like, bro, just write a great song, right? So I really try to focus on writing a good song first, and then going in and doing all this extra stuff. Like literally all of this is extra. You know what I mean? Extra. You know, you can literally get rid of all this stuff that that I've added as far as synths, and you still got a song. Like just play the bass and the vocals, you're good, right? And that's kind of the idea. I want to make sure that I can just have chords, a bass, and it's a song. You know, like I don't need all this extra stuff, and the extra stuff's only feeding the song, and it's only serving the song. It's not taking away from it, which is really hard, man. It's hard to get there. It takes you a lot of time, and it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of editing yourself and not being attached to shit. Like you see, I'll spend a bunch of time on something and then I'll throw it away. I'll literally be like, fuck that, toss it out, it sucks, it's not serving the song. If it doesn't serve the song, you're just serving yourself. You think you're really good at this shit. Like, nobody's really good at this, right? Even people go get #1 records, like, okay, let's see if they can do it over and over and over again. You know, we all suck at this. Like, you have to realize that. The music comes to you, it comes through you. It's not yours. Most of it is, you know, borrowed. Most of it's conglomerate of other stuff you've listened to over your lifetime. You're just basically rearranging people's works. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to be original nowadays. If you're going to try and be original, you're probably not going to have a career in music, but you might have like some cool underground art shit going, right? So I strive for a career in music because that's how I pay my bills. So I really do have to make these songs interesting and catchy and earwormy and also digestible and replayable. So I'll play this one more time through and just kind of balance through it. But for the most part, I want it to be something where people hear it and then they want to hear it again. And they want to put it like in their playlist. Like not Spotify's playlist, not people's botted playlist, but like they want to put it in their own playlist to listen to, right? So they can hear it over and over again. And maybe they want to hear it against another song that's like it or whatever. So I try to do that. I try to give it replayability. And that's why, again, it's only like 2 minutes, 58 seconds long as well. So try to get the fluff out of it as well. I love it, dude. Like, Logic's gonna throw the remix at me like every other time I press play. Here's the remix! Slow down! But yeah, you guys, it's fun to just kind of stream and you know, work on this live, but it is very limiting. I like have my hands tied. I can't do a whole lot because the latency and shit. Like even when you play keyboards live and you go into low latency mode, it's like, it's crazy. I feel like you're like, oh, man, what's going on? Why is my brain not working? But yeah, it's good hanging out with y'all. Yeah, bass line's dope. I think my bass player is going to take it and really make it something exciting. That's always the fun part. I'm going to play this through one last time, and then I'm going to get out of here, guys.
Pressure
And that's it for today, my friends. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, this will be another single I'll drop. I think it'll be fun. And yeah, look out for it. It'll be called Reflections, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to change the name of that. All right, you guys, have a good night. Happy Monday. Get to work. Make some records.